I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. 9/11, 20 years later. It's stunning how time in so many seasons of the Big Bang Theory can take the violent, sharp edges off of the worst terrorist attack in American history. You know, Bombshell and I watched the specials this weekend, a couple of movies and some documentaries about 9/11, and I have to be honest, well, I am pissed off all over again. How many brilliant minds did we lose on that day? How many Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Maya Angelou's were lost that day? Huh? How many families were destroyed? It's been 2 decades, people. 2 decades after we were attacked. And you'd think that we would be stronger and even more united. Yet, here we are, more divided than we've been since the Civil War. We can't even agree to get vaccinated or wear masks to help each other. Some people have even been defending the artistic integrity of the Star Wars prequels. Who'd have thought we would end up here? Jar Jar Binks, come on!
Excuse me, it is demanded by the gods, it is.
I was reminded again of how bad that day was, how stunning. And I needed to remember because it seems in America these last 5 years, we've just keep moving on to the next insane disaster or conflict or war, and there's no upside. 9/11 showed us that, hey, we're not as protected as we thought, that we weren't the world's gold standard. 9/11 showed us that we were vulnerable, screwed, and unsafe, that at any moment we could be invaded and attacked, destroyed, and ruined.
There's likely to be another dark ages if there's a third world war.
So we picked a country that didn't do 9/11, and then we invaded them, attacked them, destroyed them, and ruined them. Ha ha. I'm kidding. You can't ruin Afghanistan. It's like the Florida of the world. That being said, we didn't invade the country that helped and planned 9/11. 15 of the terrorists were from Saudi Arabia, 2 from the UAE, and 1 from Lebanon. So we invaded Afghanistan. Makes sense in the historical war footing of America, doesn't it? I mean, at least we're consistent when we're stupid. Then we spent $300 million a day for 20 years because we in America did not need that. On 9/11/2021, 4 of the 6 living presidents, however, showed up and commemorated that solemn day. And they did what leaders do. They tried to heal and honor. And they did it bipartisan and united. These presidents talked of outside threats to our democracy and threats within our own borders.
And we have seen growing evidence that the dangers to our country can come not only across borders, but from violence that gathers within.
Republicans and Democrats together, helping to soothe a nation's wounds. This man, however, called a weird novelty boxing match and then did a cameo promo for a cult. It's so on brand, it's almost comical. And he did visit a police station, and he did visit a fire station for half an hour, but only because he loved big fire trucks. The current president, however, Joe Biden, also released a document that proves that Afghanistan was not involved in 9/11. The declassified documents show that high levels of the Saudi government helped support and plan the attack on the World Trade Center. So basically, here in America, we just found out that America's best friend has been screwing America's wife. Then after he screwed her, he helped kill her family and bulldoze her house. Awesome. And what are we going to do about it in America? Well, we're going to do here what we always do lately when we realize people who say they love America commit heinous and treasonous crimes against our democracy. Nothing. At least so far. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And to all the fallen and all those we lost in 9/11, we're thinking of you.
Malign force seems at work in our common life that turns every disagreement into an argument and every argument into a clash of cultures. So much of our politics has become a naked appeal to anger, fear, and resentment. That leaves us worried about our nation and our future together.
Hello, everybody. Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. Hi, what's going on? We are, this is the week after the 9/11 remembrance, so I did the Armageddon Update on that. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
You look amazing, as always.
I have kind of a funky ponytail situation.
I'm digging it.
I didn't have a lot of time, so... And I needed to get on that Peloton, so here I am.
And handling the front line, the Highlander.
There could be only one.
Yes.
Front lines of Combustion Studio Lounge.
Yes.
Where we're having a show
On the
in
25th.
a couple weeks.
Guys, next weekend, not this weekend, the 25th, we're going to do a show. We're doing my complete show, all the new stuff that she has, which she wrote some new stuff yesterday, which is awesome. And then we're going to do a couple sketches. So it's going to be stand-up. There's going to be people here. So tune in. Again, we don't ask for Patreon. We don't ask for anything. Do me a favor. Get a ticket to the show. Go to Eventbrite or go to ChristopherTitus.com and get the tickets to the show. It ain't over yet. And the reason we're doing it because fucking COVID ain't over yet.
Yeah.
How is it not over yet?
Well, I think we know. I think we know why.
That's true, yeah.
Also,
I asked that's a dumb question.
Also, if you want to come to the show and you live in the area, hit us up on Titus's website.
Yeah, go to the contact page on the website and we'll get you tickets to the show.
If you ask for tickets and then you didn't confirm it, and so if you haven't received an address yet, you need to confirm it.
Right.
Because spots are filling up.
Spots are filling up, yeah. That's a dumb question. How come COVID isn't over? Why don't you just read your own Twitter, Titus? You've answered the question 1,000
We know
times.
exactly why.
These fucking morons. You can just go to my Twitter and just read exactly why. Because you're dumb. That's why. 9/11, wasn't it stunning to watch it again? Like that documentary you watched?
Yeah, you know it's horrible as a broad strokes kind of thing, but then you see it.
Yeah.
It was seeing the planes hit the buildings.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It turns out we did forget.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
I thought, dude, you beat me to it. I thought that this morning. I thought, oh yeah, we forgot.
Oh yeah.
Never forget. No, we did. We did. But then
Seeing
again,
people run in the streets after the buildings collapse, and all these
Yeah.
people are running, and that dust ball is coming after them like a movie.
they're
It
ending
was
panicking.
It was crazy.
Well, and then we have the Pentagon. And
Didn't happen though. I was reminded of how dumb people were back then that
Oh, right, that
continued
was a
to say
missile.
it didn't
Right.
happen, even though my stepfather
Right.
lost good friends that he toasts every year on Memorial Day
Yes.
in the Pentagon.
And also didn't happen.
Snafu.
The field in Pennsylvania. That was
No.
just,
There's no wreckage.
That was just
Yeah, because
construction.
it hit the ground at 800 miles an hour.
Straight down.
Yeah,
It just-
straight. Yeah,
It's way under.
It just disintegrates.
like-
it's aluminum. It's a beer can.
Just
It's made out of
vaporized.
this. It
Yeah.
just it's aluminum. It just went away.
Well,
Same-
even the towers that they
Yes.
had a father on who said that what he got back of his son was, and he said the exact dimensions, it was like a 3.5 by 2.5 by 2-inch piece of bone that they buried.
That's all they found. DNA testing, they proved it was his son. That's all they found.
Holy shit.
So they said when the buildings came down and the firemen were interviewed, he said, I was listening to one of the things, he goes, there wasn't even a chair left. He goes, there was no desk. There was nothing recognizable. It was so destroyed as that building. Imagine how many tons that is coming down like that. And we watched, another thing too, is that they go, metal, remember all those people who are the conspiracy people? Metal doesn't melt at that level. And we were watching, they showed all this video because instead of just showing the clip on news, it was the whole 2-hour thing. And there's one point where Ray and I are watching it on TV, and you can see the side of the building where the flames are coming out.
Yeah.
It just buckles. It
you
just goes.
see it
It
and
just goes.
start to
boom.
disintegrate too, like because
Nope.
it's so hot.
Yeah, it's melting.
It's melting. Yeah.
Don't you think that was the birth of the modern conspiracy
Yes.
world?
Yes.
It's from that, like before that was what? Moon landing?
No,
Aliens.
there was a little bit of it. There was a little bit of it during the Oklahoma City bombing. That's when I got involved in the
Really?
conspiracy thing. Yeah, after Oklahoma City, we even went. I was working there one day,
Oh,
and
nice.
I went with a
Nice.
comic. Yeah, and then we drove to some FEMA sites, and the guys were saying, "Yeah, man, they're stacking up coffins," and the guy's like, "Yeah, well, no, this is in case there's a disaster. We have tornadoes and stuff."
This was all pre Rachel caring about anyone but herself. So I didn't have strong opinions on a lot of it. I do remember where I was when I found out about 9/11. I got a phone call and someone was like, turn on your TV. And I was like, I can't pay for cable. I'm in college. So I think I went to someone's apartment in the building or something. And then I went on about my life. I remember I just, I was clubbing.
happen to me.
And
You're like, that's all the
Didn't
way
happen
in
to me.
some
And-
Oklahoma. What's it called?
and Oklahoma City, I was a kid. Like, definitely I watched that 2-hour special last night with wow, I was an asshole. Like, not that I didn't care, but a lot of things I watch make me realize that. But it's not that I didn't care. It's just that I realized you should have cared a lot more,
When people will say, I remember where I was and what I was doing
Mm-hmm.
on 9/11. I'm like, oh, well, lucky you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, I was driving to work that morning, and it was just a sunny day. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
there's
People-
a horror happening.
It's horror.
Yeah.
It's straight out of.
Yeah,
I told
it's
him
the
the
worst
people
thing.
running down the street with the shit. It was You've never seen that except in a movie. It's been made up by CG people in Hollywood for decades. And these people live this. And the other thing that I was really impacted by, so you look at all the people that were in the buildings.
Right.
Then you look at all the people that were around watching, that were underneath when the buildings did collapse.
You started running the second it started going.
Yeah, then you think about all the people at the Pentagon. They had a daycare there, the kids in the daycare. Then you have to think about all the people on all 4 planes. Then you think of all their family. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of people who were irrevocably changed that day. And that was what I was really left with, was what a massive tragedy it was.
That's wisdom, though. As you get older, you start to realize how like you know, you and I've been through a lot of hell, and you know, not compared to that, but in so you start to realize, wow, what I've been through sucked at times. That unbelievably unimaginable.
Some people, I thought, how could you go? It's like going to war, you know, when those people come home. It's like, how do you just walk back out into the world now that you know that kind of horror? I mean, that one lady in it, she said it. She went through a really, really tough time where she couldn't do anything.
And then the first responders that had to go in during this fucking asbestos and all kinds of shit that got in their lungs.
So the ones that died in the building trying to climb up the stairs to save people when it collapsed, and all their families. But then the ones who made it out and then got cancer and died. Even Fred Gutenberg, who lost his daughter Jamie in the Florida shooting, his brother was one of those people. And he lives in Florida. He was affected by it. His brother got cancer, I think, 7 years later and died.
Shout out to Jon Stewart and everybody who actually got that 9/11 first responders bill through. I mean, you remember Jon Stewart?
Oh, yeah.
And when a comedian goes full out like that, that's what you got to always love about Jon Stewart. Full out. He was at the peak of his themes. Like, I'm putting everything on the line for this. And he did. And then you want to talk like a guy who gets in front of Congress and is entertaining to watch? That was awesome. I really understood when I watched it again. How much I forgot it. We were getting ready for Titus. We were filming Titus at the time, and I was at my house, and it was what day was it? A Tuesday that happened? I think it was a Tuesday.
I think it was, yeah.
I don't
Woke
know.
up. Chip Foose calls me, and my phone's ringing way too early. And I'm like, what's going on, man? He goes, did you see what happened to towers? And I go, hold on. And I turn the TV on in the bedroom, and the towers are there, and it's smoking. I go, oh my God, what happened? What happened? Is it on fire? He goes, they're gone. I go, I'm looking at them right now. He goes, you're looking at something else. And they cut to the news, and they go, here's what's standing there now. And it was just this dust cloud in New York City. I'm like, oh my God. So I called Jack and Brian on the show, and I'm like, what do we do here? And they go, what do you want to do? And I go, if we stop, that's what they want us to do. And I go, all our job is to make people laugh. I go, it's all we can do. There's nothing else to do. And I said, we should all go to work. So, and I go, but if nobody wants to show up, people don't want to show up, just let me know. I'm going to go in. And so we went in, and we kept going. But it was, it's weird. I think everybody had to go forward with I can't change what's there. All I can do is keep going with this. We did it. We did 2 episodes about a terrorist takedown of a plane on Titus. We did in the last season. It was one of those.
It changed everything, though. I mean, I was remembering when I was writing that stuff about my mom yesterday. It had an incident where we were going to LAX, and my mom was being my mom around travel, which means she was a nightmare. And I remembered as I was writing it that when you would pull into LAX, you would have to stop, and they would walk around your car, walk dogs around your car. If you were in a truck, open the back. One time I drove your truck there, and they made me open the tonneau on it. And they would detain you if there was any kind of question about what you were carrying or anything. And they always had the threat level posted everywhere,
went on for
remember?
years, too.
And it stopped now, but I mean, we started taking our shoes off. TSA became a thing. I mean...
Yeah, no, you used to be able to just go into the airport.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
People don't remember
People
that.
would meet
20
you
years
at the
ago,
gate,
you just
right?
you went to the
It
airport.
was always like Airplane, the movie. That was like
when you got off the plane, you were like, "Hey, let us walk out to the thing."
Yeah.
And now, and we can't anymore. Taking his shoes off thing he's ridiculous. Because one guy had
that was the bomb shoe guy. Right?
Yeah, but he tried to light his shoes.
There's a joke about that in
There's
Fifth
better
Annual
shoes
End of
now.
the World
Fifth
Tour.
Annual of the World Tour, which is free on my website right now. You can go watch it. But and another guy had
There
underwear
was
bomb.
the underwear
was an underwear
bomb
bomber
guy.
too,
That's
yeah.
right. There was the fertilizer in his truck guy later, right? Remember that guy?
That guy that guy tried to do it. That guy in New York.
And can I just say something really quick before you tell this?
Yeah.
We have to clarify this for all the people that don't bother reading. Where we just pulled out of was Afghanistan, where Osama bin Laden and the other hijackers were from was predominantly Saudi Arabia.
15 from Saudi.
UAE, one from Libya, one from Egypt. Lebanon, and Egypt. Not Afghanistan. All you people that are posting these memes about look what Joe did to empower these people that did this 9/11 with the video of the towers crashing, that's not who they are. And I actually sent that to a friend of mine that posted that video meme and said, actually, they're not from Afghanistan. And she responded, fake news.
Oh no.
And I burst out laughing because it's not fake because they said that's where they're from. That's where their families still live. That's where their families say they're from. That's where they grew up. We can't just fake news.
Guess where they caught Osama bin Laden? Afghanistan? No.
Pakistan. I know.
Where he was there for years. Where else? And so, but man, we are in the. I've never been in a stupider time. It's the dark ages of intelligence, man. It's not even that. I've said it before. The internet gave us access to every piece of information we want. The problem is it also gave us access to every piece of information that's not true. As long as you make it look true, you can do it. Between Photoshop and deep fake and all this other shit, you can make anything up, and you can get. And once it catches on, you can't put it out to fire.
That's the stuff that really catches on.
A wildfire of stupid. That's what it is.
They all don't look alike. That's still racist, even if they're talking about Middle Eastern people. They would object to that, I'm sure. I just want to say that. I was very annoyed by this yesterday.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. I don't know. But we can't even agree on
we're
facts.
Still, like 20 years still? Still
news.
fake.
No, they just want to prove that Biden screwed up by pulling out of Afghanistan because he's now empowered the terrorists that did this to us on 9/11. And that's the video that's with the graphics going around. And I'm so confused by all of the messaging because also Trump is the one that signed the withdrawal and released 5,000 terrorists.
Taliban,
so I'm not sure how that goes together.
In 2018, he released the guy that's currently the Taliban leader of Afghanistan. The guy who took over.
That's now the leader.
Yeah, he released him in 2018.
I'm very tired is what I would like to say.
That's the last sentence I wrote to a friend of mine. We've been going back and forth all weekend, and he keeps going, man, you got to punch in, bro. You better look this shit up. You better look it up, man, because you're not even paying attention. If you don't think China...
so you don't know the real truth.
If you don't think... I don't know, yeah. If the economy's crashing or China's going to take over, you're fucking crazy. And I'm like, listen, man. And I tag him with 3 different links, and I go... And he goes, yeah, right. You're watching the news, like the news, and you're reading newspapers and magazines and reporters. And I finally this went back and forth all week. And this is a guy I love dearly. But he has stepped off the fucking train of reality. It just seems to me. Yeah. And so I finally said at the end, I said, okay, so you're telling me, I'm going to just lay it out. You're telling me that every news agency, except for the ones you pick. Every single one. This ABC, NBC, CBS, all the magazine shows. Every reporter that works as a reporter worldwide.
Newspapers,
BBC, Post. Washington Post, New York Times. I put New York Times. I said all these papers. USA Today. Then I said, and every doctor. Every medical company, every hospital who's lying about people in the COVID wards. What else?
Nurses.
Decades.
All the nurses, right? All the nurses.
All the people that lost people.
Everybody in government now, everybody is lying and has made up a conspiracy that COVID is not killing that many people, and 9/11 basically wasn't real. That's the plan. Yeah. We can't keep shit. Zoom barely works. How the fuck are they? Who's organizing that conspiracy?
Jeffrey Toobin would agree with this sentiment, actually, that Zoom barely works because he thought he was signed off.
I take it back. It works just good enough to get busted for jerking off at a meeting. What was going on with that dude?
he had a break. He thought they were on a break, like Ross and Rachel, and he didn't
Jeffrey,
turn
you
off.
had to do it immediately, right then and there.
Hey, some people are really excited about data. And
or they're like, man, I got so much anxiety in this meeting. Okay, go ahead, take a 5-minute break. I'll be back, guys. That's
what it was about COVID. He was too stressed about COVID, and he needed to relieve his stress.
So if I've been single for 2 years. You don't need to do it that bad.
Yeah, never on Zoom. Never on Zoom.
I've been single for 2 years.
He dragged that out to the.
I think you've been single for 12, so we could just go ahead and round up.
Good point. Great point.
You just didn't know.
You didn't know.
were
There was someone near you. That's all.
Right.
You were single, but there was just someone near you.
They weren't
I was single adjacent.
Turns out, but you were. Sorry, just like to rub your face in your
all
tragedies.
the time, constantly, every time. It's great.
So 9/11.
You're welcome. 9/11, COVID, and Ken's marriage.
Also, there's also weird. Just to because on the podcast people always say, "Titus, you still live up." No, I'm not. I go, Biden. We found out this weekend, New York Times and Washington Post reporting that car bomb they blew up was a dude delivering 5-gallon jugs of water to people that needed it in Afghanistan, but they thought because he was driving around whatever that he was the guy who had another car bomb because he had liquid in his car. So they predator and striked him in his courtyard of his house and killed 7 kids too. That's what happened. So when people always give me bullshit, you want to hide, Meg, you want to hide and shit. No, I don't. I go, when people fuck up. Here's the difference between the last guy's fuck up and a Biden fuck up. When that comes out, and trust me, he's going to get asked about it. He's going to say we made a mistake. I apologize. We made a big mistake. That's what happened. And it wasn't like when Obama, they got busted for Obama for killing innocents. It was because the Taliban and the Al Qaeda was hiding amongst civilians, like the 1 or 2 guys. And so they were
That's a pretty big mistake.
Look,
that's a big mistake. You're right. It's unconscionable. He's going to do something.
Biden's going to fuck up. Like, he's not the perfect thing. However, we can all agree this is a much more level-headed, streamlined.
Yeah.
But everybody would say you didn't say that when Trump was.
I have said the same thing during every president's tenure since I started caring about people more than like I cared about Macy. It was even hard to say that.
Yeah, wow, it's hard. You still having issues with it.
I'm still like, man.
I live with you. I know there's still some work to do.
So, like when Trump did the thing with the Kurds, and there was a woman trying to get out, and she was an up-and-coming leader of the Syrian Freedom Party, and when he just pulled out there, and all the Kurds that helped us, same kind of situation, were left with nothing. She was trying to escape and got pulled out of her car on the road to the airport, stoned and raped on video. And you can go watch that video online.
A reporter too.
She was like 32, I think. A lot of people died, but that was one
Zoom?
that really stuck out with me.
Not on Zoom.
Stuck out for me.
Oh, and then we gave 3 bases that we had built on, a big one and 2 smaller ones to the Russians. Just took them over.
I would say every president, either party has killed a lot of innocent people.
We go back to
that's how the U.S. rolls, yo.
So that's what I was saying in the Armageddon update. And the thing with Bush is that Bush was so tight with the Saudis and Saudi oil money. He knew that the investigation. By the way, Biden didn't just find out that Saudi was involved. They've had there's just been classified documents. Do you know where they were classified? Because we're dealing with because
there's a lot of oopsie,
a lot of oil. I mean, the W was in business. Him and his father were in business with the Saudis for oil. So now we're going to find out that that the heads of the Saudi government helped plan 9/11 with the terrorists. What the fuck? Like, what do we do now? Like, here's the thing. Now what do we do? Now that it's out and we all know it, and again, we seem to move on very quick about shit now. We just don't, no one pays. We just keep moving on. 9/11, those guys.
So Trump was buddies with them too.
Right. So Hand on the orb. Remember that? Can you put that picture up under here?
Yep.
By the way, did anyone watch the video of him with the Moonies people doing it almost looks like a telethon.
It's a
fundraising thing for the Moonies.
I think they paid him for a cameo. Maybe they offer, if they pay him enough money, he'll do it.
And he's got like a blue cloud background.
What is the Moonies?
And there's, I think it's Chinese across the bottom.
It was a unification.
He did this, I think, Friday.
It's called the Unification Church. They were the Moonies were. It's a cult.
It's the Unification Church. Mm-hmm. It's the colloquial term for them. It's a religious movement. They're called the Moonies. Let's see. It's Korean, so of course it's Korean. No, I said Chinese. I was really racist.
Yep.
They're
accidentally
based,
racist is okay.
I was accidentally. I was just dumb.
Okay, there you go.
And I wasn't being racist. I just thought that the lettering looked Chinese. Wasn't saying all people look alike. I was talking about the letters, not the people.
Those letters are very difficult to read.
Hey,
okay.
They really are.
And the title to the movie Prince's font, very Chinese looking.
It has been called a dangerous cult and has been criticized for its involvement in politics, which support anti-communism and support for Korean reunification. I don't know. I don't really know what is.
So they were raising money, blah, blah, blah. They would have mass weddings and stuff. They were just another cult. And they had 60 Minutes covered them. And now Trump goes out on 9/11. I just don't understand this. You know what he needs is a publicist, not himself, not David Dennison, who he played is that he goes out 9/11 and he calls a fight with who do you
like
fight?
an MMA, like a
Holyfield, right?
Holyfield, Evander
The next
Holyfield
day,
fight, who's like 80
on 9/11.
What?
And the organizer said that an invitation was extended to him because all the other presidents were there except for him and Jimmy Carter, which he gets a pass.
Yeah, Jimmy. Well, he was building a house.
Exactly.
And Jimmy's like, I can't make it. I'm 99. I'm building my last house.
So he declined or didn't even officially respond, I think, and then called a fight that night. But he only did like a minute, and people are saying it looks like it's on a screen behind him because the camera shifts and you realize they're not actually standing at the arena, which means that someone was doing a flashlight in front of them. Did you see that?
No.
Because behind them on the screen, the lights, like they do in the ring are going, and there's like one light kind of going across him and Don Jr.'s face.
So they were in Florida. They weren't even at the fight.
But it sounds very on brand, doesn't it? Why would he travel?
By the way, I tweeted that out.
Yeah.
So he does. So he speaks for a cult, promotes a cult, and then he calls a fight on the 9/11 20th anniversary of 9/11. So on brand.
Yeah.
Like if he had just gave someone like here take an M&M to cure cancer. That's if he would done that would have finished it. Like M&M's cure cancer.
It was Holyfield
M&Ms.
versus Belfort. The weirdest thing. So the day after the Moonies thing, which you gotta go watch a clip of it. You'll be like, is this for? It looks like a Saturday Night Live sketch. You won't believe it.
I also love that he can't find a word.
He talks like this, and the blue clouds are behind him. Oh my God. And it looks like a call to action, like call now or something.
Yeah.
So then the next day, he doesn't go to 9/11 ceremony. He calls the fight, but for the 3 days leading up to it, he and Don Jr. are marketing the fight, which means they must have gotten a back end deal, and they're encouraging people and posting the link like we do when we have a show coming up. And then Junior, obviously they needed more sales, start saying, well, I've always been after my father to tell me the truth about aliens in Area 51. I bet he's going to break and tell us during the fight tomorrow night. Here's the link. Buy tickets now. Then he even does it in the video during the fight. The 1 minute that they did.
You have such an easier life now. Thank God you have a kid. If we had a kid, we wouldn't see this shit either. But here's the thing. So he basically...
It's so confusing.
But
this is like...
yes, it's the weirdest time. It's idiocracy.
It's like Running Man and...
Yes, but he said he's going to ask his father to reveal classified information.
At the fight. Buy tickets now.
At a pay-per-view event.
Act now. Get your tickets.
Yeah. And if you order right now, we'll also reveal who shot Kennedy.
Questioning 9/11?
Nope.
Tune in to the Holyfield fight. So I told him,
but people don't
because
get how
it's like
this is.
Back to back, right? Mooney thing and then fight all of a sudden. Rallies, and I was like, oh, don't you remember the whole big deal during the last year of his presidency was that he owed, how much was it? 500 million?
No, yeah, it's half
and
$500 million.
like 3 something of that. The due date was 2022, like January 2022, which means we're now 3 months away from them calling.
400
and
million. It's 400 million.
The problem was that he had personally guaranteed those loans when reporters pulled and got that information under FOIA subpoenas and stuff. they found that he had done personal guarantees, which means he is personally liable for these business loans, which means they'll come for him and everything he has.
So wouldn't 9/11 be at least the one day where he's not going to fundraise?
No, come on.
Oh, Ken.
What? Yeah, I know, right? You're so naive. So naive. Here's the thing. He's already raised $280 million.
If he's such a patriot.
From donors for the fake election. Donate to us. He's asking for, so he's got a big chunk of it. And he's got so much money, he'll negotiate it down to 320.
Well, after Don Jr. did promote by saying, we've all had such a somber day. Couldn't we all use some fun tonight? He actually did use 9/11 too.
To be clear, Trump did, again, as I said in the Armageddon update, he did go for half an hour. He went to a firehouse and a police station in New York, near his right near his thing.
Yep, and held up a Bible.
And he held up a Bible, and he got in a truck and did this.
Oh yeah, put a hat on and kissed the baby.
And he kissed the baby. And then he punched it. Weird. Kidding.
Gave it COVID.
The baby. Why is that baby wearing a mask? Those masks don't work.
Handed out ivermectin.
I hear it's ivermectin, and now there's a new one now. Bentadine.
Wait,
they're saying Bentadine's the new thing.
Betadine.
Betadine. Yeah, they're saying that's the new thing.
That's Grandma lives for Betadine. She loves Betadine.
Never heard of it.
Stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying that if you drink it, it'll cure COVID. That's the new. That came out. That's a new thing people are saying. And did we talk
Hold
about?
on. Did you say he was at a firehouse in New York?
I think so.
Yes.
Was it a firehouse?
I don't know. The fight was in Florida. I know he can get on.
No, they said he got on his plane. That's what I read. I mean, I could be wrong. He did firehouse in New York because it'd be dumb to go to a firehouse in Florida. That'd be dumb.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he go to the real ceremony?
I think because what happened at the press dinner, if he shows up, it's like, would you want to go up? Like, okay.
No, but they would be gracious to him because that's who they are.
Maybe not anymore, though. He's a fucking clown, and I think the second you put him up against, I mean, I watched them walk. It was Biden, Obama, W, and it's so funny because W used to be the dumbest guy, and now you go, man, you really brought some class. You brought some class, my friend.
I feel better about you now.
So we had Clinton, Obama, Biden, and W. And W's speech was fire, man. W's was like, we are losing America. He compared these white supremacists to Taliban. He
did a great job. Clearly, he was reading a written speech, but
he pronounced all the words.
He did
could
very
read
well.
the words.
He's been practicing his letters and colors. Yeah, he does. He does.
He put all the shapes into the right holes. He did. Yes, he did.
Honestly, he was on the news one day a couple years ago during Trump, and we were getting ready for a show, and I heard him, and I wasn't being funny. I walked out, and I was like, "Don't you miss when presidents were smart?" Mm-hmm. And then I realized, oh, right. It's hindsight.
We just didn't know how far.
He traveled several blocks from Trump Tower to the 17th Police Precinct and the neighboring fire station.
And then a landscaping company.
And a dildo shop. But he knew everybody at the dildo shop. That's the weird thing. Bob, Stephen, how are you? Good to see you.
He then gave a speech and criticized the withdrawal from Afghanistan and expressed surprise about why it wasn't coming up in other people's 9/11 memorial speeches. It was gross incompetence, he said of the exit. He was asked if he plans to launch.
That was his plan.
The one that you planned? The one that you pulled everybody out? Oh my God, the guy's amazing. You got to admit. You have to admit.
He was asked by the officers whether he plans to launch a comeback run for the White House in 2024 or for mayor of New York. What? He said that's an easy decision that will make you all happy.
So he's going to run.
Period? That's it?
But which one? If they're in New York, does he mean mayor of New York? He's going to do both?
He's going to do both.
But he's learned.
I am the Führer.
The guy's learned to just say whatever. Just say enough to go, by the way, the decision on both those things is going to make you guys very happy. Which means you're not running for either? That's what I would say. Oh, so zero. By the way, that's the only way
why
that
you're
makes
not
sense.
Invited to anything that... Period.
I will be
End of sentence.
Period.
I will be the mayor-dent.
Yes.
That's actually what Hitler did.
The president.
When Hitler took over, he, what would be the equivalent of our presidency, vice president, Speaker of the House, he just made himself all top 5 or 6 positions so that no one could question him.
Do you know that was the plan on January 6th? That's why you take out Pelosi, you take out Pence.
Yeah, but that's not how we work. The other people move up. There's a whole...
No, you take down the first 5, and what's he going to do? All right, anybody else want to step up? No? Good. If they'd have done that, If they would have done that, that's why I kind of said at the end. So Saudi's in trouble now. Saudi, we know we have the intelligence said Saudi was definitely involved in planning this. We're not going to do anything. January 6th happened. We know that the people involved in it.
The old dude's still alive too.
Yeah, but we're not doing anything about it. And well, I guess we are now. Did all the records get revealed? They said that the thousands and thousands of documents.
Biden ordered it to be released.
Well, that got released, and the phone records for January 6th of all the Congress.
Do we know anything yet?
Not yet. They said. If you look it up, maybe
The world might seem horrible, but there are a couple bright spots.
Yes, what are those?
Truff, I would say, for all of us, but especially you two.
Yesterday. So now here's.
Oh, are you going to tell what you did? I was like, why are you doing this?
I have two stories.
Okay.
So yesterday, Ray went to brunch with her friends, great friends, and I went to work at Tony's, and we did a Ninja Day, and I messed my shoulder up again. But she brought me this amazing breakfast burrito. And it was good.
From the Breakfast Club. It's at Hollywood and Vine.
Great place.
Oh, I'll have to check it out.
Oh, do you know whose star was right outside? I walked out and I was standing on Stacy Keach's star.
Wow.
Which Jen hadn't even noticed. She was like, oh my God, I love him.
That's awesome. So I got Truff out.
Plug for Breakfast Club. If you're in LA or you're visiting LA, it is so cool and so good.
And it's in that Hollywood area, so it's fun.
You get to see everything.
So I loaded up this burrito. It was a good burrito. Ate the first half, and then I was like, what am I doing? Truffed it up. Boom! It's at a whole nother level. Then we're in the store.
Friday night. So Friday night,
we go through Whole Foods.
I got an email from Pop Sugar. I don't know how I got signed up for that, but some of the emails are kind of cool. They always send lists. 38 things you can't, miss. Oh, yeah. So it was 38 pumpkin things. And I know some of you are real bitter about pumpkin, but I like it.
I think there's more to be worried about, but okay.
No, there are some people pissed about pumpkin spice. John Oliver did a thing about it last night. Anyway, so 38 things pumpkin related that Trader Joe's is releasing for fall, now available. So I said to him, we got to go to Whole Foods and look for fall stuff. We got to go to Trader Joe's. And we did a pumpkin
run. Yeah, it was
It was extravaganza.
Yeah, it was more a heist.
Everything in Trader Joe's is flavored with pumpkin, like absolutely everything.
Trader Joe's is awesome.
Flavored with pumpkin.
So then we go to Whole Foods, and I was walking through Whole Foods. I'm out of the Truff mayonnaise, and I'm like, bang, put it in. I didn't even think about it. She goes, what are you doing? I go.
It's the go-to.
I call him. I go, no. I go, I'm not playing. I'm not getting this if they send me. No, I want it.
No, I said, why are we not using our promo code so that they see that people are buying it because of us? And
because I gotta wait.
He couldn't wait. I said, let me order some, and he wouldn't wait. So we bought Truff products at Whole Foods, which you can't get it at Whole Foods.
Guys,
no.
Guys, can I tell you about? So we're not kidding.
Whole Foods, can we use our promo? It's Titus.
Full disclosure, they are they do advertise on the show, and they are by far the best hot sauce I've ever had.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, we're burning through it, frankly. We're burning through it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh, yeah, it
that
is
was
awesome.
like something you would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The sauce is fire.
I approve.
Okay.
The sauce is fire. We're burning through it.
Pasta
Get it now.
sauce.
It's hot.
Truffle mayonnaise, spicy truffle mayonnaise, which is the ones you bought.
Yep.
Yeah, that mayonnaise is amazing.
It's stupid. Truffle oil.
How can they get it?
They can go to truff.com, TRUFF as in fire.com, promo code Titus. You get 15% off everything site-wide, plus free shipping with the promo code Titus at truff.com.
Great gift, too. If Christmas is coming up in a few months, it's a great gift for anybody in your family who is a foodie.
Yeah,
that burrito went to another level, man.
Anybody that's a foodie, or if someone grills, like if you have a dad or an uncle or a mom that loves to grill, like this, my brother would love this for Christmas. And we can get the giant one, which I don't think you two are ready for yet. But
yeah, I don't know if I need the jug. I need the
jug. No.
If you and I split it, we could split. You and I could handle splitting a jug. Just let it pump upside down, like a.
Yeah, you just need a squeak. You guys would be so happy.
Titus said the other day, should we get a water cooler?
I feel so like we're doing that.
We need a Truff water cooler, not a regular.
We
water
could
cooler.
keep that big thing here, but we just need the pump thing.
Do you know what's interesting about 9/11 is that people, when we were watching the documentary, it was called whatever the box where people were talking about. They talked to people after 9/11, and they talked to them 20 years later, and how people still have serious PTSD about that day, getting on planes, going up in buildings, and I get it. Then we started going over. We won't name any names. But we started going over people that had actually used 9/11 for their own personal gain. That weren't there.
Know who.
There was a couple, that lady who said she actually literally became the head of the 9/11 survivors committee.
She was in Florida or Spain or something when it happened. Yeah, a lot of people said they were there that weren't there. Then they joined survivor groups.
They claimed
Some people said it on interviews across the country, including Mark Maron's podcast, and said that's why they got into comedy, because they faced death that day.
Oh.
And then they told the story in a different way on another podcast, and people started to suspect.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they got I just don't understand.
They didn't even work at the company. They said had never worked at the company.
Do you know what's weird about lying? I don't understand. You're going to get busted. Like what I've learned in my life. Look, not everybody's my big fan because I don't lie, but I don't quite understand it. Like you're going to all my life. My dad maybe just buried it in my head. Dude, if you lie, you're going to get busted. You're too stupid to lie. That's what he would say. You're too stupid to lie. I think some lies are, I guess, like worse. My ex, man, lied like crazy and got away with all of them. Trump lied like crazy 22,000 times, got away with it.
How
do people get away with it? I don't get away with it.
Your idea of getting away with it, I would not want to live either of those lives. I mean, you look at how that's turned out for people that we know it's been pretty brutal. I would not trade places. I mean, you definitely build your surroundings and your life and your friends and your family and your safety and everything and who you are and your character. And I would not want to.
Right. You might get ahead in the short term. But
ask
Bill in the long
Cosby.
run,
you know what we should do? Because I know we should do a weekly tweet that I do. What crazy shit I say every week. We should just take one and go, all right, let's talk about this one. When I said this last week, that got an insane amount. I went down, they were talking about how these mandating the vaccines, it's communism, you can't mandate it. And then I just listed the 25 things. Like
we already have them.
These are all mandates. But a seatbelt, stop signs, building codes. You have to get a passport to leave the country, driver's license.
Other vaccines.
Testing. Yeah, other vaccines. From forever, man. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Why is the GOP trying to kill its own people? I don't get it. There was a lady today, happened today. She wore a Lone Ranger mask into Staples at the beginning of all this mask stuff and said, I have my mask. And she goes, no, ma'am, over your mask. She goes, I have a medical exemption. Can I see it, please? You don't have to see it, blah, blah, blah. She died today.
Yeah,
She's
saw
dead.
that.
She's dead. And someone said, by the way, in the darkness of people being such a dick and then dying of the thing they were being a dick about, karma is busting its ass. Karma has so much work to do right now.
I'm really trying to keep the same face.
And it's still bringing the heat. Karma is still bringing the heat. Someone wrote, well, the Lung Ranger is no more. She had the Lung Ranger. Whoever tweeted that, you're awesome. The Lung Ranger is no more. Sorry. And to your family, sorry.
This episode also brought to you by Liquid IV. Speaking of needing to stay hydrated and stay healthy.
And and getting you through.
I don't know that we were speaking of that, but
it's a thin thread,
sure,
but it relates.
Thank you. Liquid IV is our favorite. Oh, you guys have to try the
lemon cherry?
Yellow cherry.
Is it called yellow cherry?
And you've been drinking that, and I was hiding that. Okay, I now have a favorite Liquid IV flavor. I thought strawberry is still, but
so I can drink the strawberry now because I probably
no.
You can't have all the
yellow cherry and strawberry are mine. All the other ones are yours.
Great, I get guava, which is still good. I still have it all the time.
You got watermelon. He would really like pear to come back.
Please, IV, come back with pear.
Oh, pina colada is the shite too. Yeah. I love those. Are my top three.
Really good.
Why don't you just double the strawberry order? I'm confused.
Well,
about that.
we get
I don't.
We get the whole variety, but we have. I drink 2 to 3 a day every day. It changes my entire day. I don't get headaches anymore.
If I have a headache, I drink one and it goes away. It's pretty crazy because.
Or if I'm hungry.
So much. When you're fasting or not eat, it's less than if it's still fasting, but
it's 40 calories. Is that
drink Liquid IV?
I don't know.
Yeah,
to look and see.
It's weird when you're hungry and you do hydrate. You drink a Liquid IV. You're not hungry anymore. It's like, oh, I was just thirsty. I'm always thirsty.
Well, I'm saying
that's
400
why
calories,
I eat so much.
40 calories is less than the 400 I would eat if I didn't have the Liquid IV.
400.
That's a bonus.
That burrito was probably 1,000.
Don't want to talk about it. You don't have to talk about it.
Actually, that might be low because that was It was loaded.
packed.
It
thing. It literally, when you cut it open, it was like cutting open like a continent. It was just so much layers, so many layers of stuff.
organs and
It was just
food was
there's
so
many
good.
layers of cheese and it was awesome.
So yeah, so had you had a liquid IV before that, you might have eaten half of it.
Not a chance.
Okay.
Breakfast burritos.
All right. Breakfast burrito was
By
his
the way,
favorite
liquid
thing
IV.
on the
If you can
planet.
come up with breakfast burrito, I will drink a liquid IV breakfast burrito flavor. That's what they.
Please don't.
They
liquid
did
IV.
apple pie. They did apple pie.
Apple
so.
pie is good. I during the fall last year, I did apple pie. I would heat it up and put bourbon in it. But they're not advocating that.
So she was hydrating and drinking.
See?
And dehydrating.
You can. May the circle be unbroken.
Not gonna
Very
lie,
nice.
I told my sister when she was not well, I sent them giant Costco-sized bags of liquid IV when she and her husband had COVID, and I told her that when she started to feel better, I sent the orange one because it's immune support, and I said, when you start to feel better, like take this orange one, put a little bit of club soda or sparkling water, a little fresh squeezed orange juice, put it over ice for now. But when you're feeling better, add a little vodka to that. And it's like a fruity spritzer. Oh man. I get creative with it. I put vodka in the strawberry one with sparkling water and then fresh cut strawberries in the bottom.
Yeah, I can't wait for the notes from the from the ad company. But okay, all right.
I will say
By
this.
the way, here's what
I have
This is the market we wanted to go.
Here's
have
which
no
liquid IV
hangover
goes
the
best
next
with
day.
which alcohol. She's basically become a bartender for liquid IV.
I used to bartend, so I think like a bartender.
So
I
this will
don't
be
get a
cut.
hangover the next day, is what I'm saying.
No.
Because liquid IV hydrates you.
Which what you do with just vodka and soda. It's you're hydrating while you're drinking. So yeah, and liquid
Ish.
IV takes it to the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can get liquid IV right now in bulk at Costco nationwide, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Titus at checkout. That's 25% off of anything you order when you get better hydration today using promo code Titus at liquidiv.com. And they have bundles. So if you like certain things, you can bundle, which is already better, and then you get promo code, you get 25%
And
off.
not only is it infused with all that stuff, but like if you have kids, like I remember when being a kid, they would drink water, and the kids don't drink water,
Yeah.
and they feel crappy. You put a liquid IV in a bottle of water, your kids are gonna love it. It's not a Coke. It's and it's gonna make them so they're healthier. Do it, liquid IV. Get some. Are you actually texting during the podcast?
Yeah. So here's the deal.
Right. What's going on?
My sister's birthday is today, and I
Oh.
sent her gifts and stuff. That's the guy calling me. And one of them, I had Whole Foods deliver champagne and a bouquet of asparagus. It's a running joke with us, and flowers. And he's in the lobby and needs somebody to sign for it, and she's not there. She's at dinner. So it's a nice bottle of champagne sitting in the lobby that I need. Yeah, so that's why I was texting her to ask somebody.
Well, get the champagne. You said sometimes she'll use these shopping things, and then they have a thing where they do substitutions, but they're not great at it.
Yeah.
She's like,
Oh, yeah,
she's
I've
like,
been through
she's
that.
like, nice champagne. And it's like, well, we sent gravy. No.
I have a
No,
picture.
gravy?
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd you say broth? No,
I
don't you know
have
what
a
broth?
picture saved
We
on
said
my
soy
phone.
sauce. It looked the same.
It was
They're both
Instacart.
in a bottle.
It was Instacart. I have a picture of it because I couldn't believe it. I asked them to get stainless steel wipes because Rosa want them, and they got me ham. Sliced ham, and it said we couldn't find this, and the arrow goes, so we got you this, and it's a pack of ham.
Stainless steel wipes, ham. And by the way, although you
That's a great
couldn't tell,
example.
the house smelled horrible after Rosa got done cleaning everything with sliced ham.
All the dishes
Oh
have
my
just-
god! And the dishwasher stainless steel, but had this weird grease on it now.
Yeah.
Like
The couch is delicious.
I choose what you tell me to. What you send me. I choose what you send me. So she's gonna get handled. So 9/11, man. I just want to say that it's I never forget. I think we need to show it every year now. We need to wait a decade and do a decade in remembrance, because you really get how us not paying attention ruined something. I mean, destroyed lives, destroyed a country. The weird thing is that someone said today, Jeff Daniels was being interviewed about his new show, and he was talking about on 9/11, people were saying, one of the news guys, this is news people crack me up. Well, so do you think we need another disaster like that to unite the country? And Jeff Daniels goes, no, We don't need what are you talking? He goes, we need to start having leaders talk and speak about. Yeah, that's what we need.
That's not the strategy.
Yeah, you know what we need to do? We're already killing 1,500 a day, but that's really not bringing us together. Let's up that number.
You mean like the pandemic?
Yeah. The news person said that to him, and Jeff Daniels, people said Hollywood elites, and Jeff's like, no, we don't need another. It made me laugh really hard.
President Biden arrived in California, which means getting home is going to be impossible.
Where is he today?
Well, he was in the north, looking at wildfire damage in Sacramento, and then he's going to Long Beach.
Oh no!
What time?
And he will leave Long Beach on Tuesday morning. So getting in on Tuesday is going to be.
You can leave early today.
He'll fly to Long Beach on Air Force One.
Is there an airport in Long Beach? I'm thinking, he's
the president. There doesn't have to be an airport.
He just lands on the freeway. Just on the 405.
It lands on the beach. He's like, let me out. And then Long Beach. Well, I don't know.
It's Biden.
Maybe not. Maybe it won't be.
He parachutes out on a jet ski over. And then he like, President Joe. Ba-na.
From his teeth, they're just waving him in. Blinkers.
Your President Joe impression was a little more vigorous than the real President Joe.
Yeah, he's good though, man. We were talking to you yesterday. Our friend was saying that they just get through it, Joe. Come on, get through the speech. At least he can read. But he is 80. Mm-hmm. It's so weird when people go, he's so slow. He's 80. Mm-hmm. He's 80. Who else would you want?
Well, my grandma, she talks like this. She says,
man, could you imagine grandma giving a speech?
You have to hoof it to keep up with her.
Yeah,
she drives
moves.
the same way. Yeah, she moves. She's got places. She goes, let's motor. That's what she always tells me. And that means pick it up. Okay. She does. She moves quickly. So, but everybody's different. But I would love to be in the shape that he's in when I'm his age.
Yeah. He's holding it together mentally. I've never seen a guy, if you want to compare him to the last guy, when they'll like off the cuff, when they go, what do you think about this bill's going to go through? Well, honestly, and he'll just go right into exactly why. He goes, the sentiment in the country, sentiment. He said sentiment and used it in the correct story.
He'll string words together.
Words,
full sentence.
Multi-syllabic words.
Take your time. Yeah. He'll get there. Yeah. That's okay.
He didn't go sentiment. He would say a word and then he'd smile.
Again,
what was the word that he was so proud of himself for saying? Do you remember?
I remember.
And then he used it over and over and over.
Every word. A router.
No, it
router.
Was
he said router 50 to do. We need to get the routers. If the routers come, and person, woman, man, camera, TV. I still to this day, in the last 5 years, I have not laughed as hard as him again? Proudly saying, there's video of me. I took video of me laughing so hard because I couldn't believe that he kept going. So if you say it again, you get extra points. What?
No, you don't. There's no extra points.
I know we keep bringing this up. I think it's peak. That was peak Trump. That was peak Trump for me. She's gonna go grab something. But like Wyatt, when I did, if you guys want to go watch a special that I did, Fifth End of the World Tour, I deal with 9/11, and what I did in the middle of the special, it was about I had a kid 16 days before 9/11. So
wow.
So I was like, little baby, fuck. It was horrible. Was
that your first?
Yeah, that was Kenny. Kenny was born 16 days before 9/11, and
so you were already stressed out about that.
Well, it's weird because what I did in that special, and you've seen it up there, is that like when there's a point where I'm looking at the angle, and there's a building, and look at those are skyscrapers. And then all of a sudden you hear this plane coming in, and it crashes into the building. And what I did,
that's magic.
Comedy Central was like, holy shit.
Oh my
God.
Are
you really doing that? I go, yeah, it's kind of a one-man show type thing. And they were like, you're really going to... And I was doing it in the clubs. I had them running that. Yeah. I had a guy queuing it. And people were like, holy shit, what are you doing, dude? I don't know, man. At this new show, I'm going to do something like that. I have an idea for Zero Side Effects. By the way, Zero Side Effects, we're doing... this weekend we'll be in Denver. Ray did Wednesday. I'll be doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 5 shows. Come see the new show. I added some brand, and if you guys have seen it before, I've added some new stuff to it this week regarding aliens. Because here's the thing: do we we talked about this last week, didn't we? Aliens, no one cares,
right?
Like things are so fucked up, we don't care. Aliens,
like yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. They're like, I can't deal with that right now. Are they doing it? Did they land? No, then shut up. That's how can we feel. So come to the show this week in Denver. Oh my God, Poochie!
Look at this bow tie.
Poochie, let me see. Oh, I can't see it in front. Oh, you're the cutest little.
Look at that trim little beard.
Oh my God, dude,
he's hot.
He's hot.
Wait, hold on. There's another one.
Oh, we got Chappie. My turn.
Come here. His bow
Chappie's
tie
on
is
stage.
backwards.
And ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the stage Chaplain Ball Pryor. Oh my goodness. Fix his bow tie, put it around his collar. There. It must be hot as hell outside.
Yeah, it is. It's 100 and something. Anyway, this episode also brought to you by HelloFresh, a company that we love. We've talked about this one before. So you can go. The thing that I love about this, not only is it simplifies your life, which is my favorite thing. You don't have to leave your house. That's my other favorite thing. But also you can tailor it to yourself. So if you go on their website, you choose first, you want meat and veggie. So if you're trying to just eat veggies, family friendly, calorie smart, quick and easy, pescatarian. Then you choose how many people, how many recipes a week. It's all completely tailored to you. That's what I really love about this. So you're not getting things sometimes you don't want.
Convenience is one thing. Like a frozen burrito is convenience. This is like they're sending you fresh food. That's the thing is that like haven't you ever eaten crappy for a while? Oh, you're single with a boy. Yeah. So
for a while.
Side, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're eating like crappy.
12
you
years.
Put in the microwave. Yeah.
Oh, and
you put some in a microwave.
Hold on, but wait. The fall harvest is officially on with HelloFresh. Hey, count on seasonal recipes this season like pumpkin cinnamon rolls and Friendsgiving ready sides, as well as fresh, high quality ingredients that travel from the farm to your front door in less than a week. Did you say pumpkin cinnamon rolls?
Yes. That sounds
Guess
wow.
who's getting that?
I think moment of silence for HelloFresh's pumpkin cinnamon rolls. So anyway, frozen food is convenient. HelloFresh is convenient and it's fresh. That's what I love about it. Like everything that we have made has been excellent.
So they offer, you got to go on their website and just play around with it. But they offer 50 menu and market items to choose from every week. So you're picking what you're getting. Trust us when we say some things that you're like, I don't usually eat ground pork or whatever. Go for it. You're going to be really surprised. We were actually. You can choose, like I said, vegetarian, calorie smart. I'm wondering if you could get those pumpkin cinnamon rolls on Calorie Smart. Extra special like gourmet options. There's something for everybody. So you're tailoring it. Really want to go get those pumpkin cinnamon
So we'll
rolls.
be ordering the pumpkin spice cinnamon rolls.
And what else? HelloFresh. What other?
Quiet, quit, shut up, dog. You just got groomed.
He's on the
Stop
stage.
it.
I wish the camera could catch that, but he is on the stage in a bow tie, moonwalking and barking because he's feeling randy. Or he loves HelloFresh. I don't know. Pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Pumpkin. Go to HelloFresh.com/14Titus and use code 14Titus for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping, which is a big box, and they're shipping it to you for free. That's 14, up to 14 free meals, which is also crazy. HelloFresh.com/14Titus using code 14Titus for up to 14 free meals and free shipping.
You will not be disappointed, kids. I'm telling you.
Put the pumpkin cinnamon rolls in your basket.
There you go. Put the or make sure and go now. Do me a favor. Bring the news up. I just want to see what's going on right now.
What news?
Just whatever. Just bring up whatever breaking news is. It's always breaking news, though, isn't it? It never stops.
Yeah, and you know that dung that CNN and
Da-dun,
all
yeah.
of them during Trump, it started to give me such anxiety because it was such horror all the time, and it's become Pavlovian for me. Where now, and they got a little too overexcited about it.
Yes.
So everything is breaking, even though it done been broken the hour before, or it's not even that big of a deal.
It's the day before breaking.
But I hear the dun dun dun, and my heart jumps every time. It makes me panic. Like I got to go see what he burned down.
A lot of the country has Trump PTSD. A lot of the country has it.
Totally.
We used to wake up, grab our phone, and be like, "Oh shit!" And now I don't do it.
I know what was on the news yesterday was that all the media was busy reporting that Kim Jong-un, they were reporting like it was a People style watch, how he looked thin and trim when he debuted his new body. And in the meanwhile, it came out that they were firing off nuclear missiles. He's
testing still.
So
Who gives a shit how he looks?
that's all they talked about. And then on my way home, I heard that after the brunch.
Well, you know what everybody was complaining about the news when Trump's president? All the right was going, oh man, news is bullshit. They're just going after Trump because he's the president and it's not all bullshit. Now, I disagree with that because the guy was inept and a moron. But I'm seeing it with Biden too, where they're doing everything they can, no matter how good it is. Like, yeah, but what about? There was a guy, Blinken got busted up today asking about, so they're in the middle of a thing to talk about the Afghanistan withdrawal. They're doing a hearing on it. The people that didn't want a hearing on January 6th and don't want their records pulled, they've already started the hearing. The Republicans have already started the hearing on the January 6th withdrawal. They've already started it. They're talking to Blinken today, and the guy's going, yeah, so have you had any meetings with the FBI regarding Hunter Biden, his laptop, and his connection to Burisma? And Blinken, who's there to talk about the Afghanistan withdrawal, goes, what? They're on Zoom. He goes, what? And he goes, Hunter Biden, and after he goes, I'm not sure what we're talking about today. Are we talking about that today? And the guy's like, no, just tell us, did you have a meeting with the FBI? He goes, well, first of all, I can't talk about any meetings I've had with the FBI regarding any open cases. And he goes, so you haven't had a meeting with the FBI? Oh. I'm not saying, dude, are we talking about Afghanistan or not?
So one of the...
that's who did the January 6th, by the way. Did you guys know that?
What?
Afghanistan,
yeah. That's but they were dressed as Antifa. Right. So it's all connected.
Stephanie Grisham is putting out another tell-all book or whatever, and she puts screenshots of a text exchange between herself and Melania on January 6th.
Oh, no.
And she says, do you want to tweet that peaceful protests are the right of every American, but there is no place for lawlessness and violence? And Melania's response was no. That was it. It was during the riot at the time that it was
going
happening.
on, and her friends going, do you want to say something?
It's not her friends. She was her...
her social media PR person.
She was her White House press secretary, and she was former White House press secretary and Melania Trump's ex-spokesperson.
Wow.
So she's her spokesperson, trying to get her to put out a statement saying there's no place for lawlessness and violence. And Melania says no. So that book's coming out, but excerpts are going around about that. Coming out in October.
I think when they pull all these phone records, which they did, right? They pulled all the phone records.
Some people have deluded themselves into thinking that Melania is the damaged, the sweet one, that she's a good person.
Innocent bystander.
Is evil.
She wore a coat that said on the back. She went to visit where we had kids in cages on the border and wore a coat that says, do you care? I don't.
Right.
I don't care. Do you?
I really don't care. Do you? It
was on the back of the coat, this big.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who thought she's awesome? There was years ago when Princess Diana died, I did a bit. So I just written Norman Rockwell and stuff, and I was kind of really experimenting with how far I could go. And I wrote this bit about, it was bad. It was anti Princess Diana. And because I was like, what did she do? I get we're all sad she died, but what did she do? She came out against landmines. Explosions are bad. Okay, got it. She stood up against landmines. Got it. And one night I asked this lady, she got really mad. I'm doing the bit. Women gets really pissed at me. She's pissed. She goes, I'm tired of hearing this shit. And I go, all right, what did she do? And she goes, she was glamorous. And it's so weird to me that that's all it takes. When people say, why do you like Trump? And I go, he's a billionaire. No, he's not.
He's a businessman. Which means he's got money.
But that's all they care about. You're evil. You're totally, so you were a naked porn model. And because you're wearing the best designer clothes that are now given to you.
Yes, people like pretty people.
I know, but that's...
they assign other values to that.
Yeah.
They just conflate glamour with, she's a humanitarian, or she's got these other leadership qualities.
Just because you're pretty doesn't mean you do anything good.
No.
There obviously isn't a lot going on, because one of the top stories is that at 63, you said she was 55, Madonna's butt stole the show at the BMAs.
How old is she?
63.
63?
Wow, I thought she looked good for 55. She looks amazing for 63. Holy crap. She came out in a bustier with a thing, and I was like, 63, really?
She's rocking the cone thing again?
No.
She actually posted a picture of herself on her Instagram that says, and they said it wouldn't last, and she's in the bustier and all that.
Nice.
But people trolled her for it.
People troll people for everything.
That's true.
Well, there's her butt. She's 63. It's pretty good butt. for
Wow,
63.
63, that's a pretty good
Oh,
butt.
you guys, I've never seen you so eager before. You both were like, well, let's turn this around.
I wanted to see a 63-year-old butt that was, okay, all right.
That is not a
So I got time.
63-year-old
That is,
butt.
it's Madonna's butt, number one. Didn't you say she
That is
slept
not
in a
a s-
hyperbaric chamber and stuff?
she sleeps like in a weightless oxygen
For real?
chamber. Yeah.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of.
That was referenced in her
Treatments.
divorce from Guy Ritchie. That was one of the things that he listed that he couldn't take anymore. I think she was in the chamber next to the bed.
Like
Like-
sealed up.
Which you then said you could see me doing, and I'm like, please, can the
If you-
puppies go in there?
Yeah, if you had a chamber, you would 100%. First
She
of all,
looks amazing.
First of all, you don't have my hot body trying to snuggle you in the middle of the night
That's
during the
not
summer.
The best angle.
Which you don't. Now we got to see it for real. That's not the best angle. Still 63 though. It's fine, guy. Can. Okay. All right.
I am like a virgin now.
For the very first time, like a virgin. I think honestly, there's an exemption if you're with a. How long were you married?
Yeah, 12.
So after 10 years with a lesbian, you actually become a virgin again.
Yeah.
So
I think
I think that's a law.
I'm a born again virgin.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Through the wilderness.
I have noticed you don't
Sometime
really have a
made
lot of requirements, you know? They
keep
when
they
we've
keep
talked
lowering.
about it, he's like, yeah, okay. I'll
Again.
mention someone, you're like, sure.
Yeah, but again, we have to remember that you got to remember that
I'm a dude.
So he was walking through a desert for 12 years,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
And I thought there was water right there.
no, there was not.
I just
water.
kept
It was-
looking back. Oh yeah, there's water.
It
No,
was a mirage.
Yes.
And then what happens is then COVID hits, and he continued through a desert, with maybe one or two drinking fountains, and then
today.
yeah, and then now we're here, and he's still, ladies, please.
Help us. Help him.
Do you have a 63-year-old ass like Madonna's?
He's
That's
fine
your
with that.
ad. That's on Tinder.
He's. I said you guys needed to create his, whatever you call it, user profile. I
Oh,
told
yeah,
my friend
yeah.
about your tiny DirecTV remote thing, and he laughed for a really long time.
yeah,
He
good.
said we would become billionaires if we
Right?
put that out.
We need to do that.
Yeah. That's it. Her butt.
That's what the big news. Madonna's butt. But by the way, if you're still making the news with your butt at 63, God
point.
bless you.
Yep.
God bless
Honestly,
you.
if you're still confident enough, I mean, God bless. I don't know why people have to get so involved in that. And they sure don't do that to men. I mean, how many guys that are famous that have guts and like saggy boobs and nobody ever comments on that? It's always women's bodies. Women are held to such a higher standard. And it's really bullshit. Oh, men get better looking as they age. You know, that's what we always say. He's distinguished.
That's not true, though.
I feel like
wow, she looks
men-
old. That's what they say. He's distinguished. She's old as shit.
Our own hatred of ourselves and insecurity, that's not what she's saying. We work hard because we hate ourselves.
Oh, yes.
I'm saying,
yes.
she's saying is that like there's some men that are so confident and they're literally their body mass
Regardless
index,
of
their body mass
Jabba the
index
Hutt.
has a decimal point
Yes.
like on behind it.
Picture who
Has a
you see
comma.
on the beach in a Speedo. Think of that.
That guy. Oh, that dude with the gut
uh-huh.
hanging over the Speedo. You're not sure he's wearing a
And
Speedo.
a lot of hair everywhere.
Yes. The fuzzy fat guys.
Yeah, with the gut all the way
Yes.
Yeah.
lower.
And a
Yes.
Speedo.
Yeah. So
Dicky
he doesn't
do.
have to wear a
It's
Speedo.
Dicky Doo disease in
Yeah.
the South is what we call it. Dicky Doo.
Dicky do?
Yeah.
He don't have what?
Because his stomach stick out farther than his dicky do.
Ah, yeah.
You know that.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I know it now.
Okay. Texas judge issues injunction against anti-abortion group on enforcing new law. So that's good.
So what does that mean? The injunction? What was an injunction when they're against the anti-abortion group?
Well, let's see. It was issued against the Texas group Texas Right to Life, blocking it from trying to enforce the new 6-week abortion ban against Planned Parenthood in Texas. The injunction was issued by Judge Karen Crump, applies to anyone affiliated with the group, and stops them from filing a lawsuit against Planned Parenthood for potential violation of SB 8, the law that effectively bans most abortions
So
in
they were already
Texas.
gathering names to file lawsuits. I find it insane because in a civil case, don't you have to prove damages? So why could anybody just file a suit against somebody who had an abortion, even if you didn't know him? That doesn't make any sense. It's unconstitutional. You have to prove damages.
What are your personal damages?
Yeah, you have to prove damages in a case. What would be the damages? And again, we violated HIPAA laws by even knowing that.
Well, that's what I think is the biggest question. How could anyone confirm it about you? Because you're not going to go, yeah, I did. Maybe some people will. But if they confirm it, it's a violation of HIPAA laws.
Right. Greg, I've also passed a law about deplatforming on social media. That you cannot take people off social media in Texas. If they can say the craziest shit.
But that's what I'm saying. He just wanted to muddy the water. The law is so convoluted, like what is in it, and it contradicts itself, and it doesn't make sense, and it contradicts precedent. But he effectively, it says that abortion providers have stopped providing abortion to anyone after 6 weeks, period, because they're afraid of being sued. And some of them have stopped completely for the interim.
But women don't even know if they're pregnant at 6 weeks. They just think that they even go, oh God, am I late? And that's at 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys do listen. Right. Look at you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're super smart too.
We pretend that we did.
She said we're too smart. I like fire trucks.
You like fire trucks? Anyway, so today is Friday. Come see us tonight in Denver. You missed my show on Wednesday.
We'll try to get this out earlier. It's not Friday.
His show on Thursday.
It's Monday. We can get this out maybe by Wednesday, possible?
Yeah. Then I lied. Wednesday night, I'm headlining Comedy Works. Yeah. Hey,
come see your whole show. New stuff. It's really great.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he'll be headlining. I'll be with him. Comedy Works South at the Landmark, our favorite club, our home club. And
I said that on the interview today. I did interview on TV today, and they're what do you like about the Denver guy? And I said, it's my comedy home.
Yeah.
And I talked about how Wendy, I said, I literally quoted Wendy Curtis.
And then September 25th, get your tickets on combustionlive.com or ChristopherTitus.com to come to see us live stream from the studio here, or if you're in the area and you're vaccinated, hit us up on the contact page on his website. Yeah,
guys, we have limited seating, but we're going to have seating at the thing. You have to be vaccinated. Come to the show here on the 25th at the studio. It'll be fun. It'll be a party, and Ray and I are going to do our shows for people at home who don't want to go out in the middle of a peak that's as bad as
a pandemic.
Like, how is it still the pandemic? He just... You Mr. Edited the whole thing, man. You just Mr. Edited. Wilbur, I don't understand. We are still killing 1,500 people a day. Today, Ron DeSantis came out, put a dude on the podium. A guy goes, by the way, this changes your RNA. Well, no, it doesn't. RNA, it changes constantly. It's actually a mechanism to deliver information. So basically, the COVID vaccine people who still haven't taken it, if they shoot the old way they did vaccine, they gave you a little bit of COVID. They don't do that anymore. They actually program your RNA, show it a protein that it attacks. It actually tricks your system into thinking it's being attacked by a protein that then flushes out. So it develops antibodies for something that wasn't even injected into you. It tricks it. Holy shit.
Who gave this guy the microphone? Who is this guy?
DeSantis is the most evil. Like, DeSantis doesn't care. Kids are getting it more. Young people are dying. People that are healthy are dying, and nobody seems to stop this guy. When did it become okay to just make shit up all the time?
God, we really need to bring back the fairness
doctrine. Yeah. Someone played a funny thing. Alex Jones. People look up this thing. There's a folk band took Alex Jones.
Oh, that was really good.
Took Alex Jones rants and put them into a folk song, and with Alex Jones mouthing it, it's literally what he's saying, and it's the funniest shit I've seen in a long time.
I had no idea that he was that crazy. Yeah, I know he's crazy, but I've never tuned in to see. But wow, he said like Hollywood people, they're actually green tinged were lizard people.
Yeah, lizard people literally live under rocks. They literally and so they sang it.
Eating babies and drinking their blood, but you can see the
vampires,
green color in our skin because we're lizard people. Okay.
By the way, that's the best response out of okay.
That's just the green screen reflection.
How many people listen to him?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody. That we had a relative that said, all these people in Hollywood are pedophiles, and we had to look at her and go, we live in Hollywood. Do you think we're pedophiles?
Right. And
you should see. I'll never forget the look on her face. She just kind of zoned out, like, oh, right.
Yeah.
I know everybody in Hollywood. We're not eating babies. No one But baby, first of all, baby's not tasty.
I had to tell
Have
that
you
to
smelled a baby?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they don't smell like chicken.
No,
No,
they
babies smell
like
horrible.
diarrhea.
Puke,
Yes.
and diarrhea. Yes, that's what babies smell like.
I mean, in between, they smell like baby powder.
Yeah, for
She
like a
eats
minute.
babies. I don't eat babies.
I don't eat babies.
She would dab herself with one though.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that. I'm going out. She may use one.
Sleep in a chamber surrounded by.
And then I'd just be smelling her head all day. Oh, you smell so good, huh? Yes, I used baby today. I used baby. It's organic baby, by the way.
Anyway, get your tickets to see us not do this on September 25th. ChristopherTitus.com. And also, my special is available for download on my website.
Oh, people.
RachelBradleyComedy.com.
Yeah. Go to RachelBradleyComedy.com to get Alpha Chick. Please get Alpha Chick. Again, we don't have for Patreon. Go get the special. Got to pay for the special, but boy, is it good. Boy, is it good.
And you get to see the opening with Billy Gardell and Titus
And
Brad
Williams.
Williams and Elaine Boozler. It was
Boozler.
so fun. That was my favorite part.
But you also killed it. I mean, so you're working on your second special now. Your first special is done. It's up now. And I'm glad you finally released it. Thank you for finally releasing it. It
Yes,
feels
sir.
like, you know what it feels like? It feels to me like the Beatles like hit an album. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, and they should have not released
like
it yet.
it's
No.
been unreleased.
Yeah, it's like unreleased.
It's
yeah.
really weird because when you made the promo video, I was like, oh, I forgot about that joke.
Right.
Oh, did I do that? Oh, that was so okay.
That was funny.
Oh, I don't like that. I was doing a lot. Like I didn't remember.
Like it
But
wasn't
remember
yours.
when,
Yeah.
remember when I sat down years after Norman Rockwell and
Yes.
I watched it?
I get it now.
And I was like, oh, I don't suck.
It
Yeah.
wasn't that.
It's
It was
detached.
more like you're very
You get it.
detached from it, and I couldn't understand why. And now I totally get it because my heart and my mind have moved on.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was then, and now I'm doing this show about cancer and stuff, and so it's so far away now. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I'm so removed. I don't
So
know.
I wonder
how
if
to
that's
describe
the
it.
best time to release them, or you know what I'm saying? Like once you've gotten all the way past it.
It's
I think it's only. I think
never a good time. You're an artist. You know that.
Yeah, it's never
Okay,
a good
true.
time.
It will never be a good
Because it's
time.
never done.
Which
Yeah,
website
exactly.
again?
Yeah.
Oh, I could fix that. RachelBradleyComedy.com.
RachelBradleyComedy.com. Go get that special, guys. Thank you for listening to the Titus Podcast and watching it on YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel, Christopher Titus TV, to get all our stuff. Highlander, myself, and Bombshell are constantly doing new stuff. Working on new sketches now. We're just gonna do some 3 sketches. See the look on your face. Because it's always, we got it. You mean next week? You mean next? Yeah, we're doing them. Yeah, we're gonna do them. Yeah, I'll have them written. I promise. And then we got to film.
All right.
And then we got to edit.
All right. I'm gonna
Why are
keep
you looking
sending
at
you
me
this
like
clip.
I did something wrong? But go get the tickets to the show on the 25th. Please go check out Bombshell Special. And thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out. Tejano.
I'm sorry. What?
Good thing. It's kind of the same. Tejano's that
What is
repetitive,
that?
endless.
You
never heard of it.
You guys bring us some Tejano.
Let me see.
And then I can do an impression of it. Because, yeah, it's
Hold on. This is you always on YouTube. Got to watch.
got to watch 4 ads first.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, when you listen to the podcast, you have to, but thank God.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's why
what
we don't charge a Patreon. All right, you got it?
That's not Tejano.
Oh, there can be only one Highlander. Titus Podcast. Bombshell Ray.
Air accordion.
I like when you flex like that. Guys, thanks for watching.
Bonka dinka bonk dink.
Oh,
You
there
know.
can be only uno.